I've seen it, and we've seen it before. Now, normally the player stays away; he's not in the
Right.
building, so he's
Right.
not able to expose them for their fraudulent behavior with all of the local beat writers there inside the team's locker room. But like, even under this new CBA or the last couple of CBAs where things have been slotted, I guess going back to about 2009 now, so you can't really fight about the money anymore. I mean, I'm old enough to remember Joey Bosa and the Chargers, and he missed a fair amount of time over offset language and future guarantees and defaults in the contract and some of this real, minute verbiage that probably never matters anyway. But so it happens, and it happens other places. I applaud this young man for being willing to say what he said. Everything is completely valid. Like, now they're picking a fight with me, and they want to change these things from the structure of everything they've done before. Like, at a time where it's clear their defense sucks, and they're going to war with Trey Hendrickson, the guy they drafted me to replace a year from now. Like, even if they keep him around here for another year, I doubt there's going to be a long-term deal. So, yeah, look, the vibes there are not great. And I still don't buy their offensive line. And I don't know that I buy their defensive coordinator. Like, I think they had a really good defensive coordinator. I don't think the problem was that, Lou Anarumo got stupid all of a sudden and couldn't make astute second half observation or halftime adjustments anymore. I think it's because the roster sucks on that side of the ball. They don't have winning D tackles, like Hendrickson, their best player, they're going to war with. The secondary has issues. Linebacker, there's issues. My problem here with this bet, Ben, is it's really hard for me to come up with the third wildcard team in the AFC.
Yeah.
Like, the Ravens, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Texans, I'm pretty confident win those divisions. And I like Denver and the Chargers, like Sean Payton and Harbaugh. Those are Hall of Fame coaches. Like, they don't beat themselves. They know what their strengths are. They know what their weaknesses are. Oh, yeah, and they both proved to be playoff teams last year. Could Pittsburgh make it over Cincinnati as much as I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to do much for them? Like, they could, because it is Mike Tomlin, and they do go to the playoffs all the time. And, if they're healthy on defense, it's a good defense. Could it be Miami? I don't think so. I think he's getting fired by Thanksgiving. A lot of people are big on the Patriots. I got to see that before I believe it. Anybody else in the NFC South? Like, I can't get there. I can't get there with the rookie coach in Jacksonville and Lawrence, who I think is broken. So while I would never pay the freight for them to make the playoffs, the minus 175 does less than nothing for me. If I had to bet this one way or the other, trying to find copper here. Little dog, I'd sprinkle on them to miss this. I'd sprinkle on them to miss. I also might wait a little bit about way, Ben, because eventually Shemar Stewart's going to get signed, and we'll see about the Hendrickson thing. But, like, maybe you can get a little better odds down the road if it looks like one of these situations is kind of put to bed. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, and I know in terms of the situation, of course, it's happened around the league. Roquan Smith with Chicago, just when he was drafted there, it took a while for them to figure that deal out. But just with the Bengals, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel, I don't, like, again, you've covered it longer than me, like, or much longer. I don't like just the Bengals situation with everything they've had. They dealt with the wide receiver issues last year, and now all of a sudden they're dealing with two edge rushers, one who they drafted probably to replace the guy. And to me, like, Hendrickson seems pretty set. Like, he's not going to play for them. Like, and you see guys, try to call the team's bluff and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I'm not confident that he's in this situation. He's fine with just, coming back and kind of letting things go. But no, I'm punting on them to miss the playoffs, but I'm also not playing them to make it. I would probably slide with them to make it, but at minus 170, like, why should I do that with them having a joke of a defense and really nothing changing, right? The guy that you drafted that you expect to be big impact, first off, in college, he wasn't big impact. And I understand things change in the NFL, but he didn't have a ton of sacks in college. Of course, it will probably change in the NFL, but like, how much of an impact is he to that defense that has issues in all three phases, right? They are not good defensively. Of course, they move Anarumo out, to which he finds a job very quickly because other people around the league can see he was dealt a very, very bad hand. So, no, I'm not going to take it. I just think Joe Burrow and that offense, again, the offensive line is absolutely a problem, but he finds a way to score points, and he will continue to as long as he's healthy. So this one, just definitely wanted to hear your thoughts on the situation.
Yeah,
just how
he
crazy
does
it
get
is.
hurt, and they do have
Yeah.
slow starts, and I don't buy the offensive line. And if one of those receivers goes down, all of a sudden the whole thing gets a little bit more predictable. So, yeah, it'll be an interesting thing. But, Mike Brown, he's been going to war with football players for 50 years. He really, boy, I don't know how many owners like fighting players, especially players before they even play a practice snap for him, more than Mike Brown. So, good luck with that, brother.